Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise and this reading is for Bill Barr's health. So I'm going to use the same spread I use for Donald John Trump every day. Okay, but tuning into Bill Barr, so the health of his body, his challenges, his emotional body, mental body, the karma that's hanging over him, what he's doing, and the future of his health, his future. Okay. Yeah, same thing with the tarot. Health of his body, his challenges, his emotional body, mental body, his karma, what he's doing, and his future. All right. Well, with the Chariot reversed, the health of his body is going nowhere fast. Yikes. So this card, of course, is ruled by Cancer. So we're in that lymphatic system right there. Just, you know, right off. On a health level, it's I mean, you can see some little medical signs in the card itself right here. So it can have the connotation of, it can take on the meaning of the need to take care of your health. Because the card that follows, at least in the Rider Waite, you know, system, it has to do with the Strength card follows it. So, or if it were upright, this is the 7th and the Strength card. So you don't really have all the strength that you need if you're not physically healthy. So this is a very physically unhealthy card, which that's unfortunate. But you can tell that he hasn't. He's not somebody who's cared for his health in his lifetime. And I don't know how old he is right now, but anyway, with the Chariot reversed, you know, it's that lack of self-control that probably keeps him from doing what he needs to do to stay healthy or to even get healthy. It can make someone very moody and, most of all, not taking self-responsibility at all. You know, it's reversed. It's no self-responsibility. Because when it's straight up, you know, you're taking charge of your life and you're moving forward, and it can have everything to do with success. So on a health level, he's very unsuccessful. It can even have, you know, like hidden cancers, and especially with the stomach area. And it can have to do with, you know, a person's genetics. So let's see, yeah, the challenge with the High Priestess has been that he doesn't go within to listen to himself, you know, to listen to his higher self, to even connect with his higher self. He hasn't been going within at all. So that's actually terrible. On a health, for health, because, you know, it's ruled by the moon, and this is the moon in Cancer. We're dealing with water retention, of course, which means, you know, gout. It could sometimes be dehydration because, you know, you're in that realm of water when it's either, you know, too much or dehydration. It rules the mucous membranes as well because, of course, you know, it's the moon. So he could even be having vision problems. Definitely, you know, like emotional reaction problems that he's not, you know, tuned into. I think he's denied his real feelings. With his emotional body, lymphatic system, with the Nine of Cups, well, he definitely takes in all he wants, and he does sit there with his arms crossed most of the time. So medically, it just is, like I said, it's Jupiter in Pisces, so he doesn't really know like when to stop. Jupiter in Pisces is awesome for spiritual work, though. But I don't think he does that. But so it's overindulgence, like I was saying. It can be alcohol as well because of the cups. So I don't know if he's a drinker or not. But it can be drugs also. But it's all types of, overindulgence, food and drink. And it can create, of course, he does look to me like he already is morbidly obese, which, can create high blood pressure and liver problems because, you're in that Jupiter realm. So, okay, mental body. Well, his mentally and nervous system, maybe he's a little more balanced there. He does think quick on his feet. I've seen that happen when he's been, interviewed or had to attend a hearing. It's more than an interview. An interrogation, minus the bright lights. I've watched him, and he's sly. He's very sly, and he'll say things to get him out of the situation, and he'll never give a straight answer, and then he goes off and does whatever it is that he wants. But on a mental medical level. This card, again, it's another Jupiter card, Jupiter and Sag, so it's mentally, he's mentally quick, but again, liver issues, blood sugar issues, gout, excesses, problems like that. He might even have problems with his hips because it's Sag, But when you're not tuned into your higher self, excuse me, this card can indicate, sometimes comes in, when there's a terrible illness. So I would say mentally he has a terrible illness because he doesn't come from the truth. He manipulates and lies. He's one of the biggest enablers that Donald Trump has. He and Mitch McConnell, they're just as guilty as Donald is, if not more, because without them, Donald would have been removed after his impeachment. So the karma that's hanging over him, this can be a card of giving or receiving, but I'm seeing it as giving to get. So we know that his family is employed through the administration, and couple of family members, so there's that. And probably he's been paid off somehow. What else? Like, how else could it happen, right? What he's doing with the devil reversed, well, I wouldn't say that he's being released from his bondage. That doesn't make sense to me at all, not knowing what he's done. So on a health level, this has to do with like old age problems, but also numbing out. So back here with the numbing out, he has to numb out the emotional body he's not listening to. When your emotional body is clear and you're deeply tapped into who you are, your feelings flow freely, and then you can trust them, and they guide you, and they help you, and it's your connection to your higher self and to the spirit world. He doesn't have that, so he has tried to get his real needs filled through food and drink and drugs and whatever else he does. So there's this substitute need that has come in from his lack of emotional integrity and his lack of connection with his higher self. And that shows up with these two cards. Yeah, and again, I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of the major arcanas out of 7. The last one is the Knight of Swords reversed. But let's keep going here with the Devil reversed first. I don't want to skate over this, because this speaks to what he's doing is he's just very detached from what's going on. He's detached from his health. He's detached from his body. He's detached from what he needs to do in order to clear himself. He's got some major karma. This can be also, you know, being in debt if it's not worked through clearly. I don't know if he's in debt to anyone, but it looks to me like he's been paid off. And it could be that he pays someone else off. It's possible that he's part of the, you know, multinational, transnational money laundering syndicate that's been going on for years. That's very possible. Because why else would he be in bed with Donald? And, you know, why else would Moscow Mitch be, you know, doing deals with a Russian oligarch? I think was it Dmitry Firtash? Was that the one? I forget which one. You know, to get $200 million for the state of Kentucky. But that's Mitch. Let's stick with Barr. So with the Devil here reversed, you know, it's just very, very unhappy. So he's doing things to make himself very unhappy, and his body isn't happy either, of course. Now, his future with the Knight of Swords reversed, on a health level, you know, it's diabetes and kidney problems, blood sugar problems. Of course, I would think he probably would have diabetes, being that he's morbidly obese. So, and then on another level, you know, outside of health, it has to do with being very, very, very critical when it's reversed. When the Knight of Swords is reversed, it's very critical, very manipulative, very abusive, and sometimes violent, but, you know, very biased and vengeful. So, of course, he's the one that Donald Trump has tried to get to, you know, get dirt on. Well, Donald's tried to get everybody to get dirt on Hillary and Obama, but he's tried to get Bill Barr and the whole Department of Justice, who is supposed to stay completely clean from the president. They are not supposed to. The Department of Justice works for us, we the people, not the president. So he's in violation of all of that. That's what he's really doing there. And of course that's why he's upside down in moving forward in his life. So that's how it works. When you're not in alignment with the laws of truth, which is love, eventually your body starts working against you because the forces don't flow in the right direction, whichever direction is, you know, right for each of the chakras. And then, you know, because you're doing things that go against the laws of love, and because your bodily functions don't work properly, it's like your whole body works against itself. And, you know, of course that's very, very sad, but that's where I see him. So let's layer the Lenormand. Okay, with the Ship card, again, there's the liver issues. With the lilies, again, the old age issues, old age, and could even be dementia or Alzheimer's. And emotionally, yeah, so he's just emotionally out there for either himself. Yeah, it's for himself. I wouldn't say that's Donald Trump. It's himself. Mentally, he's dead inside. Karmically, what's hanging over him, people are watching him. What he's doing, he's being seduced. seduced by, of course, right? His future is, well, the money that's gone in, that's come in, is going out. I need more information on that. Where's this money going? Because that jives with this up here. Well, somebody, he's having money delivered. Money delivered. He's being seduced by the forces of darkness, and he's being watched, probably by the FBI, because he's the one doling out funds somehow. Ooh, this is something I would have never thought of. Wow. And this comes through in a health reading. I love it when that happens. Okay, so somebody, like, is he a bagman? Is he one of the bagmen? Or the bagman? There's probably more than one with Donald. Money is being delivered. Maybe in complicated ways. I'm going to turn this fan on here. Maybe in complicated ways that, you know, create a detour so it can't be traced. He may have a lot to do with a money laundering. Wow. I wouldn't have thought of him. Yeah, because when you launder money, it gets laundered twice. That's how you keep from tracking it. That's how they protect from tracking it. Yeah, they keep away the danger. So money goes to someone else, of course, who, you know, well, whoever this is or these people are, they're not trustworthy. They'll betray him in a heartbeat if they get called in. That's for sure. But then it gets laundered twice to clear it, in order to clear it. Yeah, and that's, it is involved with really dangerous people. Wow. Wowee. Well, okay, so, but this all makes sense if we just go back to this card, because this is it can be one of the very selfish cards. And we know he's selfish. So, yeah, so he's in it for himself. So he gets a cut. He gets a cut of the cash. Wow. I had no idea this would come through in a health reading. So yeah, so the cash comes in, and because with the Knight of Swords here, I'm going to layer a double meaning, you know, away from the health, and just go back to like that violent meaning that he's dealing with very, very dangerous people. But he's part of the delivery system. Wowee. Okay, so I have another question. Give me a moment while I shuffle. No, actually, let's use the Kipper. I'm veering away from health now, and I just want to see Bill Barr's professional future. Physical, professional, well, I want to see his future. How about I'll open it up to more about his future. Okay, I think that might be enough, but I can always add more. So we have the Lovers, which it doesn't have to all be about love. It can definitely be about agreements. Yeah. Here, let me just lay them out. So in his future, what's coming down the pike for him is agreements, partnerships that have been giving him the money or the gifts, well, any kind of gifts. This could be home, it could be, perks, any kind of a perk you would get out of a relationship. And it has to do with someone in his intimate circle. But his future is toil and labor and poverty. Well, is that not sweet justice or what? Wow. Okay, so now I have a little more of a question. Of course. You open a can of worms with these guys, right? I want to know, how does he get to this poverty place? What happens to get him there? Because this is going to be what's hanging over him, and I want to see how it affects. I want another layer of, this is cause, and I want effect. Okay. Okay. So, someone in the intimate circle that has been, giving him, because remember we had that this card here. This is that gift giving, that giving to get. This is, if you take out these people that have their hands out and put just like another rich person over here, and they don't have to be crouched down. It can be, it's just giving, So that family room is just, like your intimate home. So it's somebody that he's closely tied to, whether or not it's his family, but who have been, bringing in the gifts and the perks, and that can include, of course, cash. The effect of that is they're going to be waiting on him to reciprocate, reciprocate, and but he's going to be locked up at some point. The imprisonment card is, it's like the Tower card in the Lenormand, in that it's all, large institutions. But I think that this will be that, now he is in his own little self-created prison that, because of what he's done. And within his body. No wonder his body is so, he looks very, masochistic to me. Like he's done anything he could just to get the money. So he's in that self-created prison, but this could actually be physical prison at some point. And it's that intimate circle. You know what? It's possible that he's bugged. It's possible that the FBI have been, because remember we had the I card up here? He's being watched. Well, how else are you watched without, cameras, hidden cameras, and, hearing devices, listening devices? If that's in his space, then that is the pathway. That's what gets him to the imprisonment. But his honor, it's gone. It's gone. And he's probably just going to be thinking about it as he's, no longer wealthy. He'll be sitting in jail or prison thinking about it. because this is the cause and this is the effect. This is all the future, poverty, and thinking about all the, the good days when he wasted his life. And maybe he's toiling in labor in prison, and that's the only way he gets out of his cell. I don't know, white-collar crimes, they really don't get prosecuted to the full extent, especially when you're a white, rich dude. That's what sucks with our system, but his health is so terrible, I don't know that he would make it anyway. But working to try and get some self-respect back and to try and get his respect back, from the outside. That's going to be the cause. But I really think his home is bugged. His home is bugged, and they're listening. That could be a double meaning here as well. They're expecting to get the information that they need to put him away. Wow. Okay, well, this is an interesting twist from a health reading. Okay. I think that's all I have. You guys feel free to add on, any Kipper readers out there, and Tarot, Lenormand, you bring it, add on. I always love the extra set of eyes on these readings. Okay, thank you.